second season of Musketeers is a new slithery person in town, and the Cardinal was the slithery person from season 1, and this year we've got Rochefort. Obviously because the Cardinal died, so you kind of obviously saw his funeral in episode 1.
You're making the new villain sound like a snake.
Well,
He's like a snake.
He's a snake, isn't he, really?
He's not an actual snake.
He is. He's an actual snake.
Rochefort.
Musketeers. Just when I thought my day couldn't get any worse.
It carries on from last season. I mean, obviously the birth of the Dauphin is a very key. It's very key to my arc. Can't say too much. It's only one of them knows. But basically, yeah, that's key. Those two characters, the Queen and the Dauphin, are key to my arc this season.
My son. It's my son.
I think my lady's gone, but she hasn't. She's come back, and actually she's come back and quite quickly becomes amorously involved with the king, which is a whole new thing to have to deal with. So, and it's very much on show. And also I have to go back and go back to my old house again for various reasons. And it's the last thing I want to do, but ultimately it sort of makes me unravel a bit more in a good way, kind of. I have to let go of a lot of that stuff. That's sort of key to where I am at the moment.
What was that for? To see how it would feel. Felt good.
This season we'll be exploring a lot about Porthos with regard to identity, which is centralized by my relationship with my father, who I will meet for the first time, or the first time that I can remember, at least anyway. And I think that's something we all share, actually. Identity. I think that's one of the central themes that's running through season 2. Who we are. The question why is I think being asked. Whether or not it's being answered, I'm not sure. You have to ask Luke.
D'Artagnan, obviously, obviously season 2 is now a fully fledged musketeer, so that's kind of playing a big part in my arc for this year. Now that I've got a lot more scenes with the boys, and obviously for the first 8 episodes of season 1, I was, kind of just trying to become part of the regiment, and now that I am, it's kind of experimenting with that. Is a lot more. It feels much more comfortable within that kind of circle of friends. The constant storyline's a big thing for D'Artagnan this year as well. That's carried on, and that's just as much of a roller coaster as it was season 1, probably more, if I'm honest.
I love you, D'Artagnan.
I love you too. For God's sake, woman, did you hear a word I said? It'd be easier talking to a donkey.
Sorry, I was dreaming.
The standard of the action, there's more action, but it's kind of, the sword fights that we're doing they're getting harder. Sword fights with 2 swords, and kind of rope fights, and kind of chains, and there's different weapons being involved all the time. So it's, Roman Swordmaster's got an incredible, visionary mind, and he can see something in his head, and he'll put it on its feet, and he'll make it work. And his ability to teach us how to do that is second to none. So it's as kind of as difficult as they can look at the start. It's kind of you get taught in a certain way, and it's and it all adds to the final product. But I do think there is.
People always ask questions like, "Is that all that sword fighting? Is that really tiring?" And I always say, "No, the stairs are tiring. It's the stairs." There's a lot of running upstairs, running downstairs, and that often the shot takes a while to get right because someone's on a steady cam. And there's more stairs this year, and the corridors are longer. We run there.
I hadn't thought about it like that.
It's true, though, isn't it? It is
They are
true.
longer.
We are the Musketeers. Watch the new series.